Hey everyone, and welcome to another manga recommendation video. Today I'm going to be talking about Kaoru Mori's Emma, a Victorian-era romance drama series seinen. This series was initially released in 2002 to 2006, and then the follow-up from 2006 to 2008, completely collected in 10 volumes and re-released in English by Yen Press most recently in 5 2-in-1 omnibuses. This series was originally published in Comic Beam magazine in Japan and has previously been licensed by CMX in English, but the re-release from Yen is the one most prolific and probably the easiest to find, and is a hardcover book with dust jacket. So this series is one of my favorites, especially in regards to romance. I think that Mori in general, whom I've spoken about before for my manga recommendations videos, really knows how to write characters and very organic and emotional interactions. This story isn't one that is going to have a grand lead up to a very exciting plot. More so, it is just very human interactions against the prejudices of the time period. So for anyone who is not familiar with this series, it does also have a 2-season anime adaptation, having been released in English by Nozomi or Right Stuff. But this series follows a maid called Emma who meets a young lord called William Jones, whom through her employer, and the two fall in love. And because of their different social standings and the prejudices of Victorian-era England, there's not a huge amount that is possible in regards to developing a relationship that society as a whole would accept. It's not really a unique situation or plot, just synopsis. It's one that we've seen in media since the Victorian era. The difference and of social power and the forbidden love aspect has always been very, very relevant and very popular in popular media. But this one, I think, especially for manga, Mori has a incredibly immaculate and well developed and well researched understanding of the setting. She didn't just watch some Regency era movies and then know everything and just put whatever she wanted into the manga. This, as well as her other story or other series, Bride Story, are both incredibly well researched. The historical accuracy, whilst not all 100% perfect, is definitely something that a lot of similarly set manga lack. And you can tell that she has a great love for the period and for maids in general, and sort of the duties that different groups of people had during that time. It's very much I think Mori, as I've said as well before, her artwork as well as her storytelling is what supports this series into something so much greater than what I could just give you through explaining the plot. Her use of art with just very non-verbal communication on emotional points and character interaction is just phenomenal. You don't ever feel like any of these characters are just playing a role or are quote-unquote characters. They feel like real people making real decisions. And whilst Emma is very hardworking, she's very smart and hesitant to sort of push against the status quo and believes that really her attraction and this relationship she has with William is futile just due to societal prejudices and backlash, whereas William is very much a young man, like madly in love, doesn't want to listen to the naysayers or trying to push back what he sees as an unfair situation. It's really interesting. The other side characters are all very well done, and their motivations are very interesting and very believable. So you can definitely tell that this one is one that you can go back to and still feel the same emotions for these characters again and again and again. I have said this before, as I've said many times this review, but Mori's artwork is phenomenal. I really love, although it's a highly detailed setting, it never gets too cluttered. It's very simple style and it's very clean. It feels like you're reading very easily, and as I said, like with these panels, you can see very clearly without any dialogue or words at all. There's a very, very clear emotional journey going on with the characters. With this particular hardback, we do have the dust cover, so actually on the inside you do get the alternate cover from the 2-in-1. So you don't actually lose any of Mori's gorgeous artwork. But we have volume 1 here, volume 2, volume 3, volume 4, which is the final volume that contains William and Emma's story. It sort of concludes everything and then starts with the spin-off short stories or sequel stories. And then finally volume 5, which are the last 2 spin-off sequel stories, which collect more so things about the side characters, sort of the situations and developments after the main series. I would say that this one is definitely a series to try if you're looking for a mature romance that doesn't dip into melodrama, doesn't deal with teenagers, and doesn't sort of pander to a particular audience. I think this one is a really good look for if you're wanting something with a bit more emotional depth than what you can find with a lot of current romance manga. It's one that's very, very organic in how it handles its characters and the relationships that they have. It's just one that I would say, especially if you're looking for a seinen that doesn't necessarily fit what a lot of people regard as seinen first and foremost, but also just gives a adult romance as well as a historically accurate drama, both the same weight and the same care. It's one that I absolutely adore. I highly encourage everyone to read, especially if you have also tried Mori's other work, A Bride Story. But it's fabulous. Thank you guys so much for watching. That's all for this video. Tell me and leave me a comment whether you've read this, if you agree with my opinions, or if you haven't tried this, what you think about it or whether you think you'd like it. I love getting those. I also have in the description a book depository affiliate link to this series in particular if you are wanting to buy it yourself. Book depository is what I use. It's free worldwide shipping and just fantastic pricing all around. Don't feel obligated to use that link, but if you do, it just helps me out a little bit. I also have my Twitter in the description below as well, and you can follow me there if you want. I talk manga, anime, and whatever else is on my mind there. But catch you in the next video, guys. Bye till then.